Okay. Okay. All right then. Just hang on a second, guys. Let me just get my guess. Uh, just yes. Welcome everybody. Uh, Hello, Zara, you there?
Mm-hmm.
You are? Okay, that's good.
I am, if you can hear me.
Uh, okay. Let me just bring you on. Okay. Just give me a second here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, hey there, Norbert. Um, this might be a surprise to you, but I might actually have to bring you on the live stream as well. Uh, since I don't see any word from Jason yet, but Zara's here. Say hi, Zara.
Hello.
That's great. And just to be sure, could everybody hear us clearly? Word from Jason. Okay. Okay. Welcome, Cartoon Weirdo. And UV, you can't wait to see Jason to be on the stream. Well, he isn't signed on to Skype yet, so that's why ow. Oh, Norbert says that he's gonna get his laptop to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna add you to the conversation. Uh, Just hang on a moment here. You can hear me loud and clear. Thank you, Dexter, the Nostalgia Toonster. Oh, you're currently watching this on your desktop, Norbert. Okay, that's good. So you're gonna get your laptop, since that's where your Skype is. Your Skype. Yeah, probably Norbert could sing for us. Maybe the National Anthem or a nice Queen song from one of our favorite Canadian artists. Oh, and Mayor320 tweeted his Twitter. Oh, that sounds that's kind of too bad. Well, I hope he's doing well. Oh, you just owned your laptop, Norbert. Okay, let me make sure that you're getting on. I'll just wait on you then. Okay, Skype is out. And by Skype it's out, you mean you're signed into it, or it's out of the question. Just want to be sure here. Okay, you ready? Excellent. You got the invitation to a conversation and everything?
Oh, hey there.
Hey, what's up,
Hi, Zara.
Norbert?
I'm good. Sorry if the lighting is bad. I'm currently sitting, watching the stream over here.
Oh,
I just have the live stream muted on my desktop computer, and I'm doing the Skype call on my laptop.
okay. Well, I'm trying to add you on, uh, have you appear on screen, but I'm not sure why it isn't working.
All right, just give it a moment. Where's Jason, the cartoon fan?
I'm not sure. He probably forgot, or there's something going on that's keeping him from uh making this unexpected absence.
Okay, can people on the stream hear me?
Yes, and Zara, make sure people can hear you too.
Are you guys able to hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know if you can hear both of my guests.
All right, so unless Jason the cartoon fan doesn't show up, you'll have to change the stream name to featuring Norbert / Simeon and Zara Lobner.
Yeah. I'll give him about 10 more minutes, or
Okay.
probably 20 more minutes. Yeah, he
All
probably
right.
forgot. Again, he probably forgot.
Did you message him like the day before or maybe early this morning to remind him?
Yes, I did. The day before and everything.
Did he respond? Did he say, "Okay, I'll be there"?
Uh, yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
well,
Wilder?
let's just
Uh,
cross our fingers and hope he shows up.
okay. Oh, Moonchild says to make it wilder. You mean my voice or Norbert's voice or Sarah's voice?
Or all three, or just two.
Yeah.
I've been checking out cartoons from Canada. The ones I enjoy are Edda and Eddie, Total Drama, Atomic Betty, and more. Thank you for that, UV. I mean, even though I was born in the U.S., I've lived in Canada most of my life. So there's quite a few Canadian cartoons that I grew up watching too.
Right.
I'll be excited to discuss some of those on the stream. And Zara, I know that you're a super big fan of Braceface. So I know you and Deji will have a lot to say about Braceface.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh, you are okay now. Okay. So I think Moonchild is saying that all three of us are sounding good. Is that right?
Moonchild, I am who I am asks, why don't you sing? Do you have a request, or can I just sing anything?
Um. Hmm. Probably either the Canadian national anthem or a brief song from ALR, as long as it's clean.
AJR,
Yeah. Right.
AJR.
Sorry.
That's it. All right. So you want me to sing "Oh Canada"?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, some people said I'm a good singer, some people say I'm a bad singer. So if I go off key or my voice cracks, I sincerely apologize for making your ears bleed. But
Yeah, I'm like that too.
all right. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons' command. With glowing hearts we seek thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. How was that?
Great job, Norbert.
You, Norbert,
Excellent.
can you solve a Rubik's cube? I don't think so. Yeah, I suck at Rubik's cube. Sorry,
Yeah.
Rosa Martina. I mean, Angry Rooster Productions.
Yeah, I never solved one either. I think the one that I have, they had the color stickers mixed up, so I couldn't been able to solve it anyway.
Yeah, I know there are methods for solving Rubik's cube. I know. I know there is some sort of method for how you're supposed to solve them, but I can't figure it out. I'm a wimp at that. Sorry, no Rubik's cubes
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. And Fairy Princess Valentine says, I've been wanting to rewatch Braceface on Tubi TV, but I haven't gone around to it. I haven't really seen it since I was a kid. Well,
Zara actually has a playlist on her channel where she has a bunch of Braceface episodes. I think all of them, or maybe not all of them, because some of them may have been deleted for copyright infringement. But check out the playlist on Zara's channel. She actually has a bunch of the episodes are actually uploaded on YouTube, and they're not copyright or anything. So put it on Zara's channel. DJ. Maybe you can add that to the description if someone wants to watch Braceface.
uh, oh, first I have to acknowledge my first super sticker. Thank you so much, Moonchild. Yeah.
And to answer all this information about the playlist, I do have all 78 episodes. So all the episodes.
Yes.
Okay, well, DJ, maybe after this, maybe either me or Zara could link you that playlist, and then you can add that to the description if anyone else wants to watch Braceface for themselves.
Yeah, that's excellent. Like Braceface is one of the most it's a Canadian cartoon that should be talked about more. Like in several respects, it's just as a risk taken as say as told by Ginger in several regards.
I've seen a couple episodes. I know Zara. I know she runs out of context Braceface. She actually posted a clip where I think the character the main character Sharon, I think
Sharon
she
Spitz,
actually
yeah.
smokes a cigarette. She actually smokes a cigarette. Like wow, like that is not something that you can do like for a kids show in the United States. Like you can't have characters smoking.
Right.
And then I remember, I think it was one episode of Braceface where Sharon actually gets her first period, which, wow, that is not something else. That is also something that you don't do in kids TV in America. So
Yeah.
that's risky.
Yeah, the most that we got in America is the As Told by Ginger episode, Gym Class Confidential, where Macy was afraid to watch that film.
Video. And they mentioned that certain monthly visitor.
Yes. Okay. So I think I could make a more of a proper introduction for the stream now. Welcome everybody. It's Canada Day, the 153rd anniversary of the Great White North, and I'm happy to be doing this live stream. Normally I do these on a Wednesday, and it's great that Canada Day falls on a Wednesday, so we could talk Canadian cartoons. Give them the right amount of praise and attention that they deserve. And Norbert is back. He was a guest on my first live stream. But you could very briefly reintroduce yourself, Norbert, to those who are unfamiliar.
My name is Simeon or Norbert. I go by Norbert online. My real name is Simeon. I do. I'm a member of the cartoon community, and I'm trying to get into YouTube as well. I've got a few videos on YouTube so far, so I'm trying to do more of those. I got a couple other video scripts too that I'm kind of getting sidetracked by other projects. The next one I'm thinking, I was working on a video about Danny Phantom season 3 and why I think it's really overhated and why it's actually not as bad as people claim it is. And then I'm also planning to do another one around the time when Camp Coral either gets a release date or trailer. I'm going to give a little note of advice to people who are planning on boycotting Camp Coral because of the whole Stephen Hillenburg. It disrespects Stephen Hillenburg thing, which I'm not going to get into here because that's not a Canadian cartoon. But yeah, my YouTube channel name is Norbert. I'll type click my channel in the I misspelled channel in the live chat for those of you who want to check me out. Check out my two newest videos. I've got Beaver Sins, Everything Wrong with Bite This. It's a Cinema Sins parody of the Angry Beavers episode Bite This. And then I've also got a little opinion-related video about where I talk about why the indie pop band AJR's 2017 album The Click is actually a good album, even though a lot of critics hated that album, but I liked it, and I explained why I liked it. So check either of those two out.
Right. And Zara, introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, hello, you all. My name is Zara Lobner. I am a YouTuber, occasional actress, and writer, and I live, ironically, just below Canada in the state of Wisconsin. and I have been a Canada fan ever since I went to Canada for the 4th of July in 2018. So that's why I am here, because I love Canada and want to talk about it.
Excellent. Great that you're such a huge fan of my home country and Norbert's home country.
Although I was born in the same country you are. I was actually born one state over from you. I was born in Michigan. So
Right.
I actually have dual citizenship with Canada and the United States. And
Yeah.
I actually technically can vote in U.S. elections, and I might in 2020. That being said, though, I consider myself to be, I've lived in Canada longer than I've lived in America for. My family moved to Canada when I was 5, and although I still have family in the United States, I do consider myself to be closer to Canada than I do to the United States. And I grew up watching a lot of Canadian cartoons, which I'm sure we'll get to. So
Yes.
I'm more patriotic to Canada than to the U.S.
Same here, and I've lived in the US my whole life. Let that sink in.
Okay. Excellent. Um, oh, just to acknowledge Angry Rooster's comment about TVO Kids, which is a Canadian preschool channel. Yes, I grew up with TVO Kids strongly. We might be able to bring up some of the programs that aired on that block. Some of them, many of them, are Canadian.
Hmm.
Yeah.
TVO Kids. I'm not sure if I probably watched that one. If you named a show that aired on TVO Kids, I'd probably remember it. But I
There's
can't name
Arthur.
shows off the top of my head. I mean, I can name shows off the top of my head that aired on like YTV or Teletoon or Treehouse, but TVO Kids not really.
Right. Well, just a brief rundown.
Well, isn't
Well,
TVO Kids?
oh,
Well, isn't TVO Kids like the inspiration of that one channel, Countdown Local 21, that they used in that creepypasta story in 1999?
Oh, I've read that creepypasta.
There
Did
you
you know that
go.
that creepypasta actually got taken down because of copyright infringement? Sorry, plagiarism.
oh, really?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just a brief rundown of the shows that TVO Kids aired.
Wow.
There's Arthur, and
Oh yes,
there's,
Arthur.
yeah, and what else? There's Babar, Babar the elephant.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah,
That's with the elephant, right?
yes, the elephant who's king, and
Uh-huh.
also Timothy Goes to School. I know you remember
Oh
that one,
yes,
Norbert.
I remember that one. I think that aired on like the YTV preschool block. I think.
Yeah, and Treehouse too.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, and also what else? Word Girl aired on that as well. Although I don't think
Mm.
that's Canadian, so I don't know why I even brought that up. But there's also Martha Speaks.
Which one?
Martha Speaks. I often forget that
Martha
one
Speaks.
exists.
Martha Speaks. I'm not familiar with that one.
Well, it's based on a book in which this dog eats a bowl of alphabet soup, and instead of the letters going into her stomach, they go to her brain. So now she's able to talk.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's kind of a funny premise.
Uh
It's like a reverse version of Gerald McBoing Boing.
huh. Yes. Oh yeah, Gerald McBoing Boing. There was a show that aired on Teletoon that is Canadian by Cookie Jar Entertainment. I
Yeah,
remember watching
I remember
that.
that show. That's about a kid named Jeremy Boy, and he can't talk, but he can make any sound.
Yeah, it's based on a UPA short from 1950, a very famous one at that. I think it won the Oscar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually confused now. How on earth is it that you're able to watch PBS shows in Canada? Because obviously I can watch a bunch of shows made in Canada on PBS here in Wisconsin, but I don't know how that works vice versa up in Canada.
Well, yeah, we could easily access PBS in Canada, although the affiliates aren't. Oh, wait, Jason's coming.
Oh, he is good.
Yeah.
Does that mean I have to leave, or can I stay on?
Oh, you could stay on. Jason, are you there?
Hey there, Barry. It's Jason.
Hey, what's up? You're kind of 20 minutes late.
I know. It's just my stepmom had a doctor's appointment and I was stuck there, so I had to wait 20 minutes before
Oh,
to get my phone.
okay. That's understandable. Well, welcome, Jason. Um, I'm accompanied by Zara and an extra guest, Norbert. But how about you introduce yourself to those who are unfamiliar?
Hello there, my name is Jason Stevenson and I operate a YouTube channel called Jason the Cartoon Fan, where I mostly do looks at merchandise videos.
Right. Oh, wait, hang on a second.
Ted, because it's summer and I haven't been
Wait,
checking my email.
wait,
What'd you say?
wait. Wait, I think I have to add Jason to the call. I just realized that the call was separate from from this main conversation here. So I'm gonna add Jason to a conversation here. Sorry that I
Okay.
cut you guys off.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna add
Just add him
Jason
on.
now. Um, wait, wait. Jason, are you still there? Wait, well, let me try something. Jason, are you there? I'm
Yeah,
sorry that I cut you off. I'm supposed to add you onto I add you to a group called Canadian Cartoon Discussion, where my two other guests are.
okay. If you
Yeah,
see them, just say hello to them.
yeah, yeah. Oh, you could be part of that same group, since we're all discussing this together,
Okay, well, I don't know how to join you or anything like that. All I know is that I'm calling you on Skype
right?
and I'm getting a hold of me. So I don't know how to do all of that right now because I'm not like a professional. This is literally the first live stream that I've ever done, ever.
Oh, well, okay. Well, until I figure out something, I'm going to go back and forth with my guests.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably you
All
could
right.
stay on the
So
line until I'm ready to talk to you.
okay.
Oh, sorry for
So
the
until
inconvenience.
then, no, it's okay. I'm probably the one causing the inconvenience since it was I wasn't able to reach you earlier because of the whole doctor's appointment type thing. My grandparents just moved in to
Right.
our house, and Janelle has been having to take care of them. So she went to the doctors. Janelle was my stepmom. So I had to go. She had to go to the doctors and sign a bunch of contracts, presumably to put them on Medicare or something. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I understand how personal life could get into could sometimes cause delays like these. But just stay on the line, Jason. I'll get back to the other two guests.
Family
Okay?
personal resident has no right to being on that. Do you understand me?
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't own the lot.
Hello guys. I'm back.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey
So
DJ.
yeah, so Jason he's not familiar with Skype, so he's not sure how he could join into this meeting. Even though
Does he
uh,
even have a Skype account?
well, yeah, he does, but he just created the other day, and this is literally his first time getting familiar with
Hmm.
with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, let's just pray that he comes soon. Let's just keep our fingers crossed.
yeah, I hope so too. Okay, so let's continue on with the conversation. So, but first, I want to let you know if you guys have any questions or comments you like us to look at during our discussion. It's best to save it until we're close to being done with the live stream, just so there's a better, just so things could flow better. Uh, but if it's really relevant, we might be able to mention it as we're talking. And also with super chats, if your question has a super chat attached to it, I would thank you for it and acknowledge it, uh, and fully answer it later on near the end of the live stream. I actually got that tip while I was watching one of the episodes of Pie Guy Rules and Cell Streaks podcast Stream Soda.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. maybe you can write any questions you see in the chat down, and then I might answer them at the very end.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, how about we talk about our favorite Canadian cartoons? So, Zara, I'll let you talk about how much you're a Braceface expert. Oh, uh,
Zara, are you there? Hmm.
hmm.
I think your connection's fuzzy.
Oh, okay. Well, until
Uh,
we get a handover. Oh, hey Jason. You'll be chatting here until I get you an actual video. Okay. So yeah.
okay.
So Norbert. How about you just talk about some of your favorite Canadian cartoons,
Oh,
ones that
Zara
you
left.
recommend.
She left.
Oh, see that?
Hopefully maybe she's gonna rejoin. Well,
Oh,
so my personal favorite Canadian cartoons. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen some of them, so maybe they don't hold up anymore. I'll have to see them again. But
yeah.
there's a few that I still like. Timothy Goes to School. I think that was a good show.
Yes, I
Um,
agree.
uh, let's see. I remember liking Flying around Junior High.
Me too.
From the episodes I've seen of Braceface, I think that's good.
Yeah.
The Berenstain Bears. Oh, hi Zara. Berenstain Bears. The
Yeah.
2003 Berenstain Bears. Like that. That's a really good one.
Okay.
That's actually on YouTube actually, and I gotta say that one really holds up. The 2003 Berenstain Bears series. I think that one's really good. And this one's a bit newer, but Zeke's Pad. I remember that one too. I remember liking Zeke's Pad too.
Yeah. What?
Hey Zara, can you hear us? Can you talk?
Yeah.
Zara, can you
Mm,
My foot's asleep.
yeah. Uh,
Gotta shake it
I'm
awake.
I'm just seeing Zara's profile still loaded.
Yeah, I'm not seeing her. I'm not hearing her voice. Zara, if there's too much connection lag, then only go voice only. Like turn off your camera and just go voice only.
Yeah. Uh, Probably she's let us know how she's doing in the chat of the live stream itself.
Oh, I see your face now.
Oh,
Hi Zara.
oh,
Um,
I'm not seeing her.
there's still some lag though. Zara, try turn off your camera and just have your microphone. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Zara's having
Is
some technical difficulties. She's not too acquainted with Skype either.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you you could probably talk about what do you generally love about Canadian cartoons?
I don't think there's any like specific thing that they all do that I like. To be honest, I think most of them are more underrated than like amazing.
True.
I think that most of them are good, but well, not most of them. I know there are some bad Canadian cartoons.
Right.
Um, I think that most of the good ones, though, I think most of them are good, but they're not like groundbreaking or anything. They're just kind of things that I'm nostalgic for. Um, I don't think there's any like unifying thing. I don't think there's any like similar tropes or similar things that they all do in common that I like. It's more just I like them all for different reasons.
Yeah. And Jason mentions that his favorite Canadian cartoons are the free shows from Fresh TV, which are Total Drama, GarageBand, and 16, the 2003 Bear Bear series, like what you mentioned, Norbert, Braceface,
Yeah.
My Dad the Rock Star, and Wayside.
Hmm. I remember Zara and I talked about Wayside on Nick at 40.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of Wayside, but I know you are.
right?
I know Zara. She's actually read the book. She's actually read the Wayside books.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Just have to thank Moon Chow for the super chat that was given to me about asking about Canadian teen shows. Probably referring to live action shows like Degrassi or animated shows like Braceface or 16
All
because
right.
those two shows are good in my opinion.
Yeah. Zara, do you have your technical difficulties fixed yet? Hang on, I'm gonna see. If she can't actually speak on this, maybe she can type into the chat, and then maybe one of us can like read out loud what she said. She's actually having a camera on part 3 of Make 40.
Yeah. And Jason also mentions about Canadian co-productions with like American / Canadian cartoons.
He mentioned Ed, Edd n Eddy, Arthur, and The Loud House. Even though those shows were animated in Canada, I still consider those to be American cartoons because the creators were Canadian and they were pitched to Cartoon Network, PBS, and Nickelodeon respectively, and those are explicitly kids channels. Where something like Timothy Goes to School, that was explicitly a Canadian production, so that's Canadian cartoon.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, hey everybody, it's Jason. Jason said in the Skype chat.
Hey, everybody!
Okay. Oh,
Hey,
what's
Jason.
up, Jason?
Okay, for those of you
Oh,
who
Zara left
don't,
again.
Oh,
this
see
is
that?
semi-popular YouTuber Jason Stevenson, aka Jason the Cartoon Fan, and I mostly do videos about merchandise items for cartoons that I purchase.
Great.
Though I have done other videos before in the past, like recreation videos. Like, have you ever seen those little videos where they recreate specific airings of TV shows, or they take the screen bug and then slap it on it with a video editor and whatnot?
Yes.
I've done some of those before, and
Yeah.
I've also done actual videos for actual recording stuff. Like, I've done a couple of videos for recordings of The Busy World of Richard Scarry from Cubo, and also Johnny Test from Kids WB, because it's very difficult to find recordings of that show from that particular network.
Right.
Like, whenever you see a Johnny Test episode on YouTube, it's usually from Cartoon Network or Teletoon.
Right. Like, what you're just describing to me, it's kind of similar to how with Grim and Evil, you can't really find an organic recording of it as it appears on TV. Like, you have to find reconstructions of it, like with the segments and the correct openings from Mandy herself.
Of course, but actually, Grim and Evil has a connection to a specific Canadian cartoon that I'm going to mention later on in the video. But
really?
anyways,
Okay.
remember how you said in the Grim and Evil video that you weren't able to find any recordings of Mickey Mouse Works since that show basically reincarnated into House of Mouse?
Yes.
I found a full recording of Mickey Mouse Works and uploaded it on my channel if you want to check it out after the live stream.
Interesting.
All right, just hope it doesn't get taken down for copyright infringement.
Oh, there's a lot of YouTube uploads of the Mousework shorts that Disney hasn't done a thing with taking down.
Okay, well, there's always a fear that uploading episodes as they are on YouTube will get them taken down. I know there are channels that just only do that.
Okay.
No, I don't do that most of the time. If Disney has a problem with it, I'll definitely take it down. But they haven't seemed to have a problem with it because there's a bunch of YouTube uploads of the individual shorts from Mickey Mouse Works, and Disney hasn't done a damn thing about taking them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the problem is that whenever you see those shorts, they're taken from airings of House of Mouse. So this is like the first time that anybody's... Oh, and I also posted the episode on the Internet Archive.
I got you
just
now,
in case
Norbert.
Disney takes it off of YouTube.
DJ is using a device that could record or broadcast this call. I'm not sure what that means.
What was that?
I'm pretty sure what that means is that he's just using the recording for this live stream, like the phone call.
Well, they only popped up just now.
Oh yeah, yeah, I got you now. Okay, so
I'm on the screen. I'm on the live stream right there. I see myself.
There I am, Gary, there I am.
Hi, Zara.
Yeah.
Hi, Zara.
yeah. Wait, Zara's back?
Yeah, I should let you know that SpongeBob SquarePants is my favorite Nicktoon, so you're gonna hear me saying a lot of references to it.
Yeah.
Hi, Zara. Hi, Zara. Did you have your technical difficulties fixed?
I believe so. I'm on a different PC now, so hopefully that works.
Okay.
DJ, do you have something you want to say to Zara now that she's back again?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can add her footage onto the stream.
All right. Can you guys hear Zara in the chat? Can you guys hear her voice?
Yeah,
okay, I got her now. It might take a few seconds. But yeah, I got her now.
Here I am, me and flesh and blood.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna get you too, Jason.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on the light right now. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the light because I'm literally doing this in my bedroom. I'm literally doing this in my bedroom.
Same.
So am I.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that I live with like a whole family, so it's kind of hard to do stuff in like a different spot because everybody else is doing their own thing. Everybody else is doing their own thing.
Thankfully, this computer I have right here, this.
Hey look! I can hear my voice.
Did you have the stream open? That's why I can hear your own voice. That's why I can hear your own voice.
What was that? What? You're hearing an echo?
You guys get it? Any of you guys get that reference, by the way? You guys get that reference, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know.
The Simpsons. The one where everybody likes.
The Sinin segment.
From the beginning, when Marge is interrupted by Twilight Zone parody.
But I'm hearing from the chat that there's an echo. Probably on everybody's side. Probably adjust their audio. And also from the chat, I want to know if it's an inconvenience for you for this echo. Otherwise, if it's nothing too bad, then we'll just...
I can't hear it.
Echo.
Like the dolphin from the Sega game.
Okay. Okay, so just...
by the way, guys, video like if you know what Echo the Dolphin is.
Echo the Dolphin. Not sir.
I don't know what that is either.
It's a Sega video game.
Interesting. Okay.
So are we gonna get a conversation about the show? We're waiting a couple more.
Let's go ahead and
Hold on. Bryson saying that.
I want to let you know. If you see two YouTubers named Larry Valentine, those are two of my friends. Those are two of my friends. Like they're watching live stream. Like they're watching live stream just because I'm in it.
Okay, well, hi to Jay's friends.
Yeah, Bryson's saying that it's annoying with the echo. I'm not sure if it's anything on my side I should fix or on any of your sides.
How are you? I asked you
I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, I have to.
Okay. Oh,
right here.
I know a lot of people don't like the 2000 version of how the Ghostbusters was carried, but I did. But I
I
did.
actually have a VHS too.
I still think that the original 1967 version, directed by Chuck Jones, is the best. But I still think that the other adaptations of the Grinch, the more recent 2018 animated one from Illumination, are still pretty good too. And I think they've gotten a lot of hate that they don't
Okay.
deserve.
Well, I mean, the Illumination was people Illumination.
I just fixed the the I just mixed. Oh, hold on, guys. I just adjusted the. I'm fixing it in the audio mixer in OBS. I realized that the desktop audio is all the way up, and I had to add your footage, your screen captures as NDI sources, so they have their own audio levels, and it's overlapping with the desktop. So let me know if everything's okay, chat. Um, and you guys should be able to hear the playback on your end as well, like on the live stream.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. So Zara, tell us about why you love Braceface.
I'm watching a lot. Going slow.
Okay.
I want to talk about it.
I have maybe for another live stream.
Oh,
Hey.
how's that?
Oh.
Okay. UV says.
So am I good now?
Okay. I just want to mention that.
Yeah. You're good now, Zara.
Okay. According to my notes here, because I wrote some notes here, because I'm not sure if you guys did, like before going into this.
I tried, but I wasn't able to. So I'm just doing this completely improvised. But I'm hoping I'll be able to because I really wanted to defend GarageBand and tell about how much I love that show. I was going to take down some notes of other users who said good things about the show. But I guess that's okay. Okay, talk about Braceface.
I have some minor notes. I have some minor notes, and I have a I'll save that for the comparison. Let's start with the minor stuff. Let's start with the minor
hang on.
stuff.
While you guys talk, I'm still fixing the echoing problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. We can continue to talk during. We can continue to talk during this, right? Okay. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I'll have you guys just talk one at a time, like starting with you, Zara.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll start with that. I guess I'll start with divorced parents. Sharon has divorced parents. My sister and my sister has divorced parents. Now we have divorced parents. Now we have divorced
My
parents.
parents are also divorced.
Very common thing. Very common thing. Now, another thing is it really got into a lot of serious issues such as smoking, getting drunk, being overweight, being anorexic, even having student-teacher relationships, for goodness sakes. And I guess we can't deny that Nina Harper basically was Mass in Montgomery from American Horror Story 12 years before Coven aired. I mean, I'm not sure if Mass in Montgomery was inspired by Nina Harper, but I'm pretty sure she was in some way, shape, or form. What do you guys think?
I don't know anything about that.
Me neither, also.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, another cool thing about the show was the character of Allison Malinsky actually reminded me a lot of me because she used to be a friend to Nina, and in real life I actually was a friend to a bully girl because I thought, that I wasn't worth anyone else or anything else in life. So Basically, Allison finally got enough one day and told Nina, "I'm you're awful," and that's exactly what happened me and that holy girl in real life after I said to her, "I can't be your friend anymore," and we didn't be friends anymore because basically that girl was so awful to me because she would make up these lies about me, and I almost
Oh,
got arrested once because of her. So it was really hard. But I loved seeing the character of Allison go through what I went through, in real life. I totally related to that. And she's voiced by the amazing Emily Hampshire, who's in another good show that me and my mom really enjoy called Schitt's Creek. So that's an A plus for
Oh,
me.
my parents watched that show.
hmm With
uh, I,
Kathleen O'Hara.
oh, sorry to interrupt you guys, but I just want to know if the echo is still there because
I haven't.
I just decreased
I'm
the.
actually.
Drunk Rooster
I'm.
perhaps says maybe YouTube is drunk again. That's why we are hearing echoes.
Yeah, I know.
Play the Barney Gumbo burp sound effect.
Well, I could, but I don't have it on me.
No, oh, no, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. I
Oh,
was just joking around.
okay. Oh wait,
One thing you
I
gotta
just
know about me is that I'm a practical joker.
great. Just Love and Wife says that's working, so no more echo.
All right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully not. Let's just see a couple more people say so.
Okay.
And by the way, sorry to anyone who was annoyed by the echo. I hope that you were still able to hear us, even if there was an echo behind it. I hope you could still hear our voices. So, yeah, sorry about that.
I'm sorry
Hopefully it's
too.
fixed now.
Okay.
Okay, so three more small notes, and I got the big comparison. Uh, I also enjoyed the fact that they were showing, gay relationships in the early 2000s because that was still like a new thing. I like that
Right.
they were showing hoarders before the show Hoarders was a thing. And there's really only like one or two characters that I don't like, but they don't appear all that much. So there's really not too much that I can say that I dislike about the show besides, maybe some bad episodes, but that's with every show, You're always going to
Yeah.
have that one episode that you don't like. And
Yeah.
the stuff that's good more to makes up for it.
Okay.
So the big comparison I have, it's kind of ironic, this comparison, but it will make sense once you hear about it. Um, there's an episode of Braceface that is similar to an episode of the TLC show My 600-Pound Life. I'm not joking.
Okay.
So, um, the episode of 600-Pound Life that I'm comparing the episode of Braceface to
Yep, echo
is
gone.
about. Echo's gone?
Yes, Brian Aaron Dawson Cartoon Channel says, yep, echo gone.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
cool.
All right, continue, Zara.
The episode of 600-Pound Life is about a girl named Erica and her, well, ex-boyfriend Jimmy. So basically, the relationship between Erica and Jimmy and Sharon and Alden kind of were similar in a way because, well, they both ended for stupid reasons. Like, they just ended out of the blue and out of nowhere, and there was no discussion about how we can fix things. And that was it. But the difference between Sharon and Alden is, um, they still managed to be friends in life, and eventually they got back together as the series ended. With Erica and Jimmy, they never got back together. They didn't even remain friends, and Erica is just currently in a depressed mood. And I feel so sad for Erica because, unlike Braceface, she's a real life, person, living in this world, and I really hope to see her get better. But the whole comparison thing actually started because of the thing that's similar between Braceface and 600-Pound Life is that the male chose to break up over petty reasons, and no further discussion happened.
Mm.
I thought you were gonna compare Braceface to As Told by Ginger.
That's what I do too. In fact, I became a
Yeah,
fan of
because
Braceface.
both Braceface and As Told by Ginger, I know they were both animated shows from the early 2000s that took a lot of risky material.
Yeah.
And they were both about teenagers.
With it with single moms.
And they were
both Sharon and Ginger have single moms.
And they're both half partially Jewish as well.
They both have what?
and both shows.
Well, Sharon's family is 50% Jewish, whereas Ginger is 25%, and both of their holiday episodes have them trying to celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah at the same time.
Oh yeah, I know that. As Toy Ginger, I know that's a Klasky Chupo show, and Arlene Klasky is Jewish. So, and I know Rugrats also had the Passover episode and the Hanukkah episode. So, that probably has something to do with As Toy Ginger's Christmas / Hanukkah episode.
Yeah.
Although in the Easter ham, I know it's weird that they didn't celebrate both Easter and Passover in the Easter ham.
Yeah. Oh, and
Well,
also, wait,
I guess.
Wait, don't guys.
what?
Don't forget that both shows were atrociously screwed over in America.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right.
Braceface,
Braceface did have
its
all of its
first two
episodes air in Canada.
seasons. Braceface, its first 2 seasons aired in America on Fox Family, but then when Disney bought the channel and changed the name to ABC Family, which of course is now Freeform,
Right.
Disney put it on Disney Channel, but they also censored some of the episodes, I heard, and I mean it's not surprising considering the fact that the stuff that the show was getting away with, but come on, that's not fair since Lizzie McGuire did an episode about weight issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Plus, Freeform, that's a channel that Pretty Little Liars airs on, so I definitely see Braceface being more appropriate for that channel than.
And
Disney
then of course,
Channel.
As Told by Ginger, like the second half of the third season, those episodes were delayed, and then they either didn't air on Nickelodeon at all, or they only aired on Nicktoons or Nick Splat.
Yeah.
And like the Nick Splat episode aired in like 2016.
There are 2 episodes of As Told by Ginger that have not aired yet here in America.
Yeah. The Wedding Frame and Battle of the Bands.
I know. Yeah, Battle of the Bands is Barry's least favorite episode of As Told by Ginger, if I remember.
The Wedding Frame didn't. That was the finale. The 3-part finale didn't air on Nickelodeon either. Yeah, it seems to be. It's almost a requirement that Nicktoons have to be screwed over. I mean, nearly every single Nicktoon, like post 2005, has gotten screwed over in some way. It's almost a requirement now. I mean, everyone knows about the whole Harvey Beaks incident, and I could go on, but
Yeah.
I think they are getting. I think they are kind of moving past that a little bit since Brian Robbins is now president. He's been doing a little bit better, but they still kind of have that reputation.
Yeah. Oh, and Jason, just to correct you, my least favorite episode of As Told by Ginger, I think to this day it's still a Wicked Game, but I'll have to rewatch it especially since Emily Kapnick, the creator of the show, talked about how basically Ginger talked things out with her quote-unquote best friends, Dodie and Macy, about the situation that happened in there, and on that episode.
Okay. I thought that it was your least favorite episode because you called it a piece of crap episode when you compared it to another episode of another cartoon that was also called Battle of the Bands for Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yeah. Well, there are actually several episodes of As Told by Ginger that are pieces of crap. Even though the show overall, when it's great, it's really great. Well, Battle of the Bands is just one of several bad episodes. But we're kind of getting off topic here. Let's go back to Braceface.
Like most of the episodes, I heard that most of the episodes you don't like are from the final season.
Well, to be honest, yeah, that's kind of true. But there is one thing about As Told by Ginger Season 3 that Braceface shares a similarity to. But first, before I talk about it, Norbert, how interested are you in finishing Braceface? Because this is a spoiler I'm gonna share.
Mildly interested. I'm probably still gonna continue. I kind of put it off for a little bit, but I know Star still has a playlist. I'm probably gonna finish that at some point. I can cover my ears until until after you say. Then you can let me know that I can uncover them again.
Okay. How would I?
All right. I can't hear anything you're saying now. So Zara, Jason, give me a thumbs up once DJ's done.
Okay.
Okay. I've never actually watched a full episode of Braceface before either. Like, my introduction to the show was through Blame It on George's video, where he put it on that top 10 cartoon episodes that dealt with serious issues, and he put the drinking episode on there.
Yeah.
I probably should watch it, though. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because right now I'm binge watching Emperor's New School on Disney Plus.
Cool. Okay, so about Braceface. So about Braceface. Well, basically, what it shares in common with As Told by Ginger, aside from the other things we mentioned, is Sharon and Alden. They were dating at some point, but then Alden starts talking with this cheerleader, and I don't remember the full details, but Sharon and Alden did break up because of the interactions Alden had with that cheerleader, which is the same thing that happened in As Told by Ginger with Ginger and Darren's relationship after Darren starts hanging out with Simone. Wait,
All right. Is he done?
yeah, I'm done.
All right. There we go. I was kind of singing to myself quietly, so I didn't hear that because I can still kind of hear you, but very muffled when I cover my ears.
Softly with her song.
What'd you say?
I'm referencing the song.
A reference, like what song was I kind of singing to myself? Did you ask?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the song I was referencing was "Killing Me Softly."
Okay.
Oh. Roberta Flack.
No. Well, was there anything else you guys wanted to say about the show?
Yeah. Oh.
It's a good show.
Zara.
Okay, I should probably see it then. I really hope. I think Nirvana owns the show.
Nelvana. Yes.
Nelvana. Nirvana is a band. Nelvana. That's a Canadian company.
Yeah.
I know I know who that company is. I'm subscribed to their retro rerun YouTube channel. I'm surprised they haven't put that show on there yet.
Well, in the meantime, check out Zara's playlist. She has every single episode of Braceface in that playlist, so feel free to check that out.
Yeah, but I'm waiting until it gets officially released because I heard that it only got like the first season or two officially released by DVD by Funimation back when they had the contract with Nelvana.
Okay. So, well, speaking of the retro rerun channel, just today, wait, hold on. On my end on OBS, I see that Zara and Jason's screens are getting smaller. It might not so just yet on your side, but it's kind of getting smaller. It might be. I don't know. Well,
I
let me
see
just
a
fix it.
little display on the screen that he has over there.
Oh yeah, you see, I see it on Norbert's end on his screen that the screen just got smaller on Zara and Jason.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the stream now. I'm noticing that Zara and Jason's streams kind of got smaller, but mine's still big.
Yeah. And it looks like Zara froze again.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh no. Zara, can you hear us? Can you say anything, Zara?
Yeah, say anything in the chat.
Zara, can you hear me?
Okay.
Oh dear. Well,
she's gone
she
again.
comes back again.
Well, do you think that maybe I could do like my talk for a little bit until then? I think she. Were you guys?
Poor connection. It says poor connection.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's on my end or if it's on somebody else's.
Probably on Zara's end because she's blank on my end of Skype too.
Yeah, it looks like your camera froze.
Yeah. So, Jason, talk about your favorite Canadian cartoons.
Okay, let's just start with an easy one to talk about, Total Drama. It's kind of hard for me to just talk about how great the show is because it's been talked about how great it is like 1,000 times better by 1,000 other YouTubers. I just like it just because it's a funny spoof of reality TV shows. There's nothing really else that I can say about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty casual with my admiration for total drama. I'm more into 16.
Yeah, I know.
Did you guys see that clip that was on Twitter where there was like this fart episode and people were saying that it was like a fetish episode of Total Drama Rama? Did you guys see
Oh,
Oh,
that?
oh
I
yeah,
don't pay attention to that show, so
oh yeah, yeah. Let's not get into that. But yeah, apparently that clip was making people kind of xenophobic towards Canada. But there was also this around the same time there was this nice tweet that talks about how Canada can offer some good shows. I actually retweeted long time ago. You probably have to scroll down on my feed, but it's just within some Canadian cartoons. Many of them are nostalgic to me, and some of them are nostalgic to you too, Norbert. Canadian cartoons that are good.
All right, and there are bad Canadian cartoons too.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this, but when I was younger, I used to really love Johnny Test.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's okay.
I know that Johnny Test that's a very big hated show. And yeah, I know Canadian animation does kind of a bad reputation, mostly because of shows like Johnny Test, plus like a few other shows as well,
Caillou.
like
Hi.
yeah, Caillou. Also like Almost Naked Animals.
Yeah.
The Day My Buck Went
Yeah,
Psycho.
that one I don't like.
What was the other one I was thinking of? Rocket Monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Johnny Test was created by two Americans.
Scaredy Squirrel.
Oh, yeah. I actually like
Johnny Test
Scaredy
was
Squirrel.
created by two Americans, Scott Fellows and David Staden. And
Right.
season one.
Scott Fellows, he was actually a writer on The Fairly Odd Parents, and
Right.
he also created Ned's Declassified and Big Time Rush for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
those are
Also,
two of my
the spiritual successor to Ned called 100 Things to Do Before High School. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, although I mentioned it's on Nick at 40 Part 6, but they never actually finished that show. They only got through 25 things before the show was canceled.
Yeah. It's the same thing with
Yeah.
the 100 Deeds of
Deeds for Eddie McDowd.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
Ned's
Although Zara said that it was, she said Nick, she's gone now, but she said that she said she actually saw 100 things, and she said that it basically just felt like a rip off of Ned's Declassified. So that show was just Scott Fellows ripping himself off.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, remember Scott Fellows' other cartoon, Super
Super
Noobs, which
Noobs.
was
Yeah.
basically just
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
I think I
it's
might caught
basically
a tiny
just
bit of
Johnny
it.
Test again, but this time they made it a full superhero cartoon. But anyways, it always bothers me when people say that Johnny Test is responsible for why Canadian animation gets the hate that it deserves, when in reality, the creators of Johnny Test were American, and season 1 of Johnny Test was an American-Canadian co-production between Cookie Jar and Warner Brothers Animation.
True.
I think that most people's familiarity with Canadian animation really begins and ends with like Johnny Test and Caillou.
Exactly.
And maybe Wayside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it bothers me to no end because let's see here. I really did enjoy Johnny Test during its early years, and then I went back and rewatched the show. Like, I'm binging the entire show on Netflix right now because they're making a new season for Netflix next year. And while I do think that it doesn't quite hold up like I remember it being, I still think that it was a lot better than people gave it credit for. It was a lazily produced show that could have been really good if it wasn't for a certain little thing that I was saving about talking about until now.
Before that, wait, Jason. Angry Rooster Productions asks Jason. Jason, what is your favorite Canadian animal? And my favorite Canadian animal are moose and squirrels.
I don't know. I guess is a beaver native to Canada? Because I know you're Norbert.
And they're on our nickel. And I love the Angry Beavers.
Right. Yep.
In fact, okay, let me hold on real quick. Look what I have.
Awesome.
Oh, you a Daggett Funko Pop. Wow. I didn't even know that they had Angry Beavers Funko Pops.
They do. They have one of your namesake too. They have one of your
Yeah,
nicknames.
Norbert. Yeah, he's one of the Angry Beavers. I named my stuff online after him. I've actually got the Shell Factory for Angry Beavers right here. I actually have the whole series on DVD. In fact, I actually uploaded a clip on that account today, relating to Canada Day.
Yeah, it's too bad that Nickelodeon screwed it over like almost all of their Nicktoons.
Oh
Yeah, that aren't
everyone knows about
SpongeBob or the Wild House.
the Beavers, but the final episode that never came to be. Although it's actually getting animated now. Did you know that they're actually animating Bye Bye Beavers now? There's actually a reanimated project that's happening on Twitter now. They're actually going to reanimate Bye Bye Beavers now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Norbert, there's something that that is something that I always wanted to say.
Yes.
Shut up!
I get it.
Oh yeah, because they bleeped that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about that controversy there.
They referenced it in the Bye Bye Beavers episode. I was
know.
directly quoting that.
Yeah. Okay. I actually want to say, you mentioned the retro rerun channel, Jason, right?
Yep, it has
Yeah.
full episodes. It's an official channel featuring
Yep.
full episodes of most of Nirvana's cartoons.
Yeah.
And also Nancy Drew, pretty much their only live action show.
Yeah. I think Nirvana did a Hardy Boys series as well as a so-called TNT. That's one of among their few live action shows. Oh, also Wife with Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never heard of that. I've heard of Life with Derek, which is another
Living
show.
with Derek.
Yeah, I
Living
remember that
with
too.
Derek.
Yeah.
I remember that show.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Wife with Boys
Derek
is
aired on Disney Channel, and I used to watch it every day after school.
Oh
cool.
yeah, remember when you made a video about you getting the Dagger Funko Pop on your old channel, Jason, along with you also getting an Aku Funko Pop from Crash Bandicoot, says UV.
You know, Aku is voiced by Greg Eagles,
Yes,
aka
the Grim Reaper
Greg
himself.
from Billy Mandy.
Yes, the Grim Reaper himself.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can tell because whenever I hear the noise, I automatically hear Grim making some nonsense sound effects.
Yes. And what else?
Oh,
Yeah.
come
So
on, man. That
about
doesn't even look like us.
yes. Yeah. So about Wife with Boys, just to briefly tell you what it is, it's basically a live action sitcom about this teenage girl who was with, I forgot how many brothers she has, probably two or three.
I remember what it is. It aired here in America on Nickelodeon, or I think it was T-Neck.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So she was with her brothers and her father. That's about the gist I got of that show. I saw it occasionally, but it was not really my cup of tea. It aired on White TV alongside Mr. Young. You remember that, Norbert?
Mr. Young?
Yeah.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. Well, it's about this kid who basically becomes a teacher. I forgot the full details of how that came to be. Yeah.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we're talking about, can we talk about another Canadian show that I like?
Yes. GarageBand.
And I have a lot to say about this show. So,
Okay.
and I know that one of my friends who's watching this live stream, UV, is also a really big fan of this show. So I'm going to talk
Zara's back.
Oh,
Okay.
hey Zara. I was just about to talk about a show that I liked real quick.
Go on.
Okay. It's called GarageBand. So, for those of you who don't know, GarageBand is a Canadian show that here in the United States it aired on Cartoon Network, but in Canada it aired on Teletoon, which is where it originated from.
Right.
It's about a kid named Corey Riffin and his friends Laney Penn and Ken and Con Conjura, who are Conjuring twins who were separated at birth, which is why they have that last name, but we didn't actually know that until like the show's creator, one of the show's creators talked about on Tumblr. But anyways, so Corey has a garage band, which is why the show is called GarageBand, but he's not able to come up with any lyrics. So, in order to get lyrics, he basically pisses off his older sister Trina, and he temporarily gets her diary. He looks at it for a little bit, and he uses some of the entries as inspiration for his lyrics. The show doesn't actually make it clear whether or not they actually use the diary entry as lyrics, or if they just use it as kind of like an inspiration of sorts. Because the show's theme song has this little lyric called the opening theme song lyric is "Got a band that's really cool, stealing words from you know who," and they're pointing at Trina. But when in one episode where these evil alien orbs go over and abduct GarageBand's doppelganger counterparts, the New Men's, and they try to use Trina's diary for lyrics, it doesn't sound right. But when the band actually gets lyrics from Trina, they act like by doing it the way that they always do, they sound perfect. So I don't know. The show never made it really clear, but that doesn't really matter. A lot of people have unfairly called it a ripoff of Phineas and Ferb. And taking a look at the two shows, I can definitely see where the similarities are coming from. They both focus on a pretty chillaxed boy with an older sister who always tries to ruin his fun. There's a genius character, a fat character, obviously matching Baljeet and Buford, and another character who has a crush on the main character. Lainey, of course, could be compared to Isabella. But there's enough differences between the two shows to where I feel like calling GarageBand a flat-out ripoff of the show is very unfair. It would be like calling Jimmy Neutron a ripoff of Dexter's Laboratory.
I
That's how I
know.
feel about I Am Frankie and Miles the Teenage Robot.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Or the Other Kingdom and Star versus the Force of Evil.
I have to rewatch The Other Kingdom to really see if that really is a ripoff of The Other Kingdom of Star Versus. But
Yeah.
I know everyone hated The Other Kingdom when it came out for that reason. But
And let's not forget about
also The Other Kingdom that was created by Thomas W. Lynch, who also created Alex Mack and Caitlin's Way. So
Yeah.
I mean, if he did rip someone else off, like then shame on him. Like you created Alex Mack and Caitlin's Way, and then you ripped someone else off.
Yeah. And let's not forget about the whole controversy about Welcome to the Wade and the comparisons to Gravity Falls.
Okay, no, that is not true. Just no.
I know.
Okay. All right. So back to GarageBand. So it has a unique identity that keeps it unique. Like it has an identity that keeps it unique from Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb is, if you really dive deep into it, it is basically just a traditional Disney show, like exactly what you expect from a Disney show. Lighthearted goodness with music numbers. And it doesn't, I mean, yeah, the show has serious moments, but it doesn't really go far from it. Like, it's just lighthearted fun. It's a lot more than that, and I'm sure, like, I mean, yeah, it is a little bit more than that. But man, it's kind of hard for me to talk about it. But anyways, GarageBand is unique for a few reasons. First, it has a distinct sense of humor that I really, really do like, and I haven't really found in any other cartoon. Much like Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, the characters are very aware that they're in a cartoon, and they frequently do fourth wall breaks and things along that nature. But it comes naturally to this show, as opposed to other cartoons where it feels like it's an artificial, contrived way to explain something in the plot.
Yeah.
And I think that the reason why it works like this is because of the cast delivering each one of these lines in a way that mixes it between like, hey, this is something that's we didn't think was supposed to happen, and oh, well, we're in a cartoon, so of course this is supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that makes it unique from Phineas and Ferb is, well, Phineas and Ferb, for its music, both shows have songs in pretty much every episode. But in that show, it was basically used as just background music. But in GarageBand, They're an actual band, so it makes sense that there's music in there.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else is there? Yes, it's a very goofy show, but I will admit that. But it's goofy in a good way, not in the pandering, more 2010s Nicktoons kind of way.
Yeah. That's great.
And if you want to know more about why I love the show so much, I'm gonna give a shout out to a YouTuber named The Wacky Deli, and he
Yes.
did really good.
Yes. Wacky Deli. He's the guy who made that like a big collab of people talking about Mr. Enter's Nicorama videos. Right.
Yes.
I've seen that.
I saw that, and it was really good. I love the Mighty Bee, and I absolutely hated Mr. Enter's review of that. It was actually his very first video that I ever gave a dislike to.
Wow.
Everybody, his Rise of the TMNT Nicorama, that was really controversial. I mean, like, he said that it was created by people who had never seen TMNT, which is wrong. And he said the show had bad animation, which is also blatantly wrong.
What's the best conceived part of that?
True.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah.
that's, that's off topic, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But
Nicorama
Wacky
had
Deli.
a lot of pitfalls.
Yeah. But
But
Wacky
anyway,
Deli.
Wacky Deli, his very first review was an in-depth video about the history and his thoughts towards GarageBand. So if you want to watch that, one of my community posts on my channel was a link to his review of it. So if you want to, make sure to go check it out, because he says that the things that I'm trying to say here a lot better than I have.
Yeah. Wacky Deli. He just hit 1,000 subscribers, and he's still in the underrated stage. He does a lot of videos talking about Canadian cartoons, and talking about why they deserve some attention. Like, he did a series of videos.
I actually saw his recent one where he talked about the six, I forget what they're called, the six something cartoons. He talked about like the Berenstain Bears shows in 3 series.
Yeah,
and
the
George
bookworm
and
bunts.
Seven.
The bookworm
What'd you say?
bunts. The
Bookworm
PBS
bunts.
Kids bookworm
It was
bunts.
that block on PBS Kids featuring shows based on books that were made by Nirvana.
Yes.
Yeah.
I grew up with all of those shows on that block. Well, I didn't watch them on the block itself, but I watched them all
Because you
over,
don't
like
have
on
PBS Kids
Treehouse
where-
and YTV and
because you're in
TVO.
Canada.
Yeah, but I grew up with all of the shows except for Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse. Like, I know I saw bits of it on Teletoon, but not enough queer memory. All I know is from the creators of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
Great googly moogly.
Yes. That was the Beast's catchphrase.
Before we continue any further,
Right?
I think we should. I wanted to show you something real quick. I have the official GarageBand DVD releases.
Awesome.
Cool.
See, weren't released in America or even in Canada. They were actually exported from Australia, and I purchased them from Amazon. But they have all the episodes.
Are they
since the
region
show
free?
only lasts 26 episodes.
Are they region free? Or do you have a
Yep,
region free DVD player?
No, they're region free, even though the back of the case has a region 4 code.
Good. Well, good for you, Jason.
And I knew that they were region 0 because it said so on the Amazon listing, and I read a couple of reviews and they said that it do work on American DVD player, much like the All Grown Up DVD set that was only ever released in Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I'm going to talk about the thing, like the connection that GarageBand has to Grim and Evil that I wanted to say, that I hinted at earlier in the video. GarageBand has a very similar episode guide discrepancy to Grim and Evil.
Okay.
Depending on who you ask, GarageBand either has one season of 26 episodes, 26 half-hour episodes, or
Right.
2 seasons of 13 episodes. You see, the first 13 episodes aired here in the United States on Cartoon Network, but what they screwed the show over by airing a new episode of the show every single weekday, like one 11-minute segment, every weekday for a month, kind of like what they did in 2016 with Steven Universe's third season, except that they were doing it during a time when children were in school. So nobody was able to catch it because they just got off of school when the show was about to come on. Or maybe they were just finished with homework or whatnot because the show aired at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
let's see. So the final 13 episodes here in the United States, they aired on Cartoon Network's sister channel, Boomerang. And
Okay.
so, because of this, there is an episode guide discrepancy because of this. There are some people who believe that GarageBand has a single season of 26 episodes. But there are also people who say, like the show's wiki, the GarageBand wiki, that say that the first the 13 episodes of the show that aired on Cartoon Network make up season 1, and that the 13 episodes that aired here in America on Boomerang make up a season 2. But actually, according to Todd and Mark, like Todd Kaufman and Mark Thornton, the show's creators, who also worked on Total Drama 16 and Clone High,
Jason.
GarageBand has
Jason.
yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but probably I could probably get you back on for another live stream in the future, but I have to have the other guests talk and just move on to other topics. So could
Okay,
you
that's
just
almost done. So
just
basically,
quickly wrap up?
season, and the second season, unfortunately, never came to be.
Okay, great.
All right.
So, how about we talk about our favorite Canadian animators or studios? I'll start with you, Zara.
We can't hear you, Zara.
Oh,
Your microphone's
we can?
muted. Zara, your microphone's muted. There you go.
Wait, we still can't hear you, Zara.
Nope, still can't hear you.
Yeah.
Let's see. While we're waiting for her to fix her microphone, my personal favorite Canadian animation studios. I watched Treehouse, YTV, Teletoon. I'm not sure if I have a favorite out of all of them. I mean, there's shows I like out of from all those places. Although some of them had more bad shows than others. I mean, YTV had a Scary Squirrel and Almost Naked Animals and Sidekick.
Yeah.
Although they also had the Berenstain Bears 2003 series. Oh, Jason's gone.
Oh.
And he's back again.
Oh. Okay.
Oops,
Zara,
my bad. I accidentally hit the button by mistake when I was meant to hit the speaker button.
All right.
No, that's okay.
Zara, try saying something.
Yeah. Well,
still can't hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like I said before, she's just starting to use Skype herself.
Same here.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, as for me, I absolutely admire Nelvana. I see them as the Disney of Canadian animation because of their longevity and of the childhood shows that they produce and several cartoons that I like to this day. Like Braceface and also Fly and Rhino Junior High. And we haven't mentioned this yet, but there's Ned's Newt. That was a good show.
Oh, I've heard of it. I never watched it.
Yeah.
I think here in America it aired on Nick because Paramount was the company that released it here in America, like VHS tapes of it.
It actually aired on Fox Kids in America and aired on Teletoon in Canada. Yeah. But yeah, Ned's Newt was basically about a boy who gets a pet newt who's really wimpy looking, but only when he feeds the newt a can of Zippo newt food would that newt basically morph into I'm not gonna lie, a ripoff of the genie from Aladdin. That's the easiest comparison you can make to Newton.
Oh, come on, that's a little bit unfair here.
Oh.
I'm trying to defend GarageBand because I don't think of it as a ripoff of Phineas and Ferb like some people say it is. And this is coming from somebody who freaking loves Phineas and Ferb. It's my favorite Disney cartoon of all time.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, I know that's a common comparison that they made with Newton. Like he's a shapeshifter and he makes lots of celebrity impersonations, many of which the young target audience might not be able to get. But yeah,
Yeah, I
Newton.
guess.
Oh, what was that?
I said I guess.
Yeah. And oh, speaking of Nelvana, and going back to the retro rerun channel, today I actually just finished watching Nelvana's very first animated feature called Rock and Roll. If
Oh,
any of you heard of that.
yeah, I've heard of it. Saber Spark did a video on it, and that was actually my first time I ever heard of it.
Oh,
Oh,
Zara just walked out of her room.
oh,
Maybe she's busy with something.
yeah.
Like
Maybe
I
she's,
was here.
or maybe she's frustrated that her microphone didn't work.
Oh,
Maybe, hopefully, that's not what happened because I don't want her to be upset in this live stream.
right.
Maybe I could talk about mine. So when I was younger, I didn't really understand differences between American and Canadian cartoons because if you remove the flash animation aspect, the good Canadian cartoons and the good American cartoons have pretty much the same flavor to them.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm pretty much the only one who, when I was a little kid, I actually watched the end credits of shows, and I was always frustrated when they did those split screen credits
Yeah. I kind of feel
because
you.
the credits are so small you can barely read them.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, so I didn't know that Johnny Test was Canadian at first. And I keep on bringing the show up because it was the first Canadian cartoon that I ever actually watched. And
Interesting.
I don't think that it's great in any sense of the word, but I don't think that it's a bad cartoon like some people say it is. I think
Yeah.
that it can be pretty creative from time to time. It's just that because of those CanCon requirements, where at least 60% of shows that air on Canadian television networks have to be produced in Canada, they
Right.
had to rush the show out the door in order to make it so the show wasn't able to fully live up to its creative potential, and most of the episodes felt like a first draft.
Yeah, and that's actually why I think that's partly why Canadian animation has a bad reputation because of CanCon laws and the fact that a certain amount of information has to be explicitly Canadian. So that's why a lot of them are animated in Flash or only have like one draft written and
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. It's like that on radio too. So many there's so many Canadian bands and artists that play on Canadian radio that the Americans don't know about. Like there's a lot of like Marianas Trench and Headley that plays on Canadian radio, and that's also because of what?
What was that?
How are those? That's my reaction.
How are those? Marianas Trench is good. Headley's made some okay songs, even though they kind of Headley kind of started as a rock band, but then they became a pop band. They're basically the Canadian version of Maroon 5. They started rock, but then they became pop. But they made some good songs.
Yeah, I like Maroon 5, but I wasn't the biggest fan of how they changed from rock to pop.
Yeah, Headley's similar. Their first album, like I think their first two albums were like actually rock albums, but then they became like full on pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
anyways, so I was confused about it. Like I didn't know who these channels were. And then when I got my first smartphone in 2015, I spent most of my time just randomly browsing through the internet looking stuff up. I put in Johnny Test on Wikipedia to learn more about it. And then, oh, hey, look, there's this company. I mean, I knew what Cookie Jar Entertainment was because I saw their logo, but I didn't really know exactly. Like, I knew it, but I didn't know completely what it was. So I clicked on it. I read about the whole lawsuit that happened to the company back when it was still Cinar.
right? Oh yeah,
And
I've heard that. Definitely heard that.
and yeah,
Oh,
so yeah, just some interesting stuff. And
yeah,
then I looked up, and then I came across, and I'm like, I saw on the Wikipedia page for Johnny Test there was this network for Teletoon, and I heard of Teletoon, I just didn't know what it was. So I
yeah.
clicked on it. Oh, this is there. Canada has these TV networks that I've never heard of before.
Yeah,
Because they're only in Canada.
yes. Well,
But yeah.
oh, so, hang on. Uh, yeah, so, I was saying about, rock and roll. It was, Nelvana's first, animated feature. I've heard about it for, several years, but it's only, just recently this year I watched it, and overall it's good, but, Nelvana seemed to have their expectations high with it because, well, its budget wasn't very big, but it was still a bomb at the box office because MGM didn't know what the hell to do with it. But fortunately,
Just
several
like
years later,
just like what Warner Brothers did with Looney Tunes Back in Action.
and the Iron Giant,
Yep.
yeah. But yeah, so so in 1985, Nelvana was basically saved by the Care Bears movie. Now, say whatever you want about it, but to be honest, I haven't seen it myself. But at the very least,
Well, it had to be good. How else would it have killed the Black Cauldron at the box office?
yeah. But yeah, I think that's one of the benefits of the Black Cauldron bombing in favor of the Care Bears movie being a success because it saved Nelvana essentially. They were on the brink
Yeah,
of
but
bankruptcy because of the failure of
delayed.
rock and roll.
I think they lost the Care Bears franchise, like the animation rights to the Care Bears franchise, to another company.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think they went back to either Deke or DHX Media. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean Wild Brain.
I
Either
still
one.
call it DHX. Wild Brain is a stupid name.
Yeah, I prefer DHX to. Wild Brain was the name of an animation studio that did such shows as the Ricky Gervais.
Gabba!
What was that?
Yo Gabba Gabba! Wild Brain
Yes,
made Yo Gabba Gabba. That
yes, I
was my
remember that.
jam when I was little. I watched it all the time on Nick Jr.
Cool. Yeah, I remember it too. And they also did the Ricky Gervais show as well, and Higglytown Heroes, if any of you remembers that.
Oh, I know that. It aired here in the United States on Playhouse Disney.
Yeah, that's what it was made for.
Oh, and Roly Poly Oly. That was
Yeah,
a show made by
Oh
Nirvana.
yes, I
yeah,
remember Roly Poly too.
uh-huh. Yeah, that one was one of my favorites.
If I
It's from,
remember, was it Nirvana who did the entire show, or did they co-produce it? I don't remember because I know it was produced for Disney Channel and it had
right?
the Disney Channel original series logo, like the 1997 Disney Channel original series logo in
Yeah,
original prints of the show.
yeah.
But I don't think it was produced entirely by Nirvana themselves, and it wasn't
Well,
co-produced.
it's sort of a co-production between, wait, hang on a second. Uh, I got a
Just
message
can
from
you hear
Zara.
me? Say something, Zara. Say something.
No, we can't
No, we
hear
can't
you.
hear you. Type in the chat. If you have something to say, type in the chat, and we will say it out loud.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
You know,
a thing
just like
on.
Cameron on Nick at 40. Just type
Oh,
something in the chat, and then if you want to say something, and then we'll say it out loud.
yeah, I'm I'm just adjusting. Let me see if I could adjust the audio on my side. Zara's footage is
I'll refresh one more
NDI
time.
source free. Yeah. Say
What
something again.
was it you were gonna say about Roly Poly Oly?
Hmm? Oh yeah. It's primarily Canadian, but it's also animated in France by a studio called Sparks. Sparx. I think that's what they're called.
Kind of similar to Totally Spies. It was mostly Canadian, but they had a French studio that co-produced it with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, Okay, so Zara's refreshing one more time.
All right, hopefully that works. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's been a while since we've heard her voice.
yeah. And it looks like
Something that
her camera
something that
froze,
bothers
but I
me
think that's
about
because
Canadian production company, like when reviewers like Mr. Enter and people like that talk about Canadian shows, they say, "Oh, Teletoon made this show," but
that's
it
true.
wasn't the actual
With the,
network who made it. They were made by independent Canadian studios, and they were original programs for it. I remember
exactly.
watching your video about the 25th anniversary of Nickelodeon Animation, Barry, and you put Wayside in there, and
And
they said,
Pelswick,
"Yeah."
I consider them to be honorary. Well, actually, I do thought they were official because Pelswick was promoted as official, and Wayside was in the Nicktoons book
Not
by
just
Jerry
cartoons.
Beck. But I know Norbert would disagree with me on them being official.
Yeah, I know that the criteria for Nicktoon has gotten fuzzy,
Yeah,
like especially since with things like
Poor show.
glitch text and Pink and Malinky going to Netflix. Although Dan Milano did say on Twitter that glitch text is a Nicktoon, so glitch text is a Nicktoon. The creator said it.
yeah,
Although when it comes to things like the DreamWorks spin-offs and Attack of the Power of
Making
Juju, it becomes and oh yeah, cartoons, and it becomes trickier.
Oh,
yeah.
don't forget. Like I said, don't
I
forget.
also know that there's also an online series called Wonder Quest. I know Zara's a big fan of Wonder Quest. It's basically an online web series created by Stampy, a Stampy Cat, and it was actually co-produced by Nickelodeon and Disney's Maker Studios. And Zara considers that to be a Nicktoon, but I don't.
Oh, okay.
And
But
more
anyway,
recent, and more recently, there was a show. More recently, there was a show called Always
Always
Pack.
Pack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
produced
then
by
there's debate as
Nelvana.
to whether that show is a Nicktoon as well.
Yeah,
That's actually animated in Canada.
yeah.
oh, don't forget about Making Fiends. It's considered an official Nicktoon,
But it
but
never aired on Nickelodeon.
It aired on
yeah,
Nicktoons Network, but
Yeah.
it
well,
still
it
has a
was
page on.
supposed to air on Nick.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was supposed to air on Nick, but it didn't. It didn't. But we don't know why. There's no official reason for why. There's speculation as to either it was too dark for Nickelodeon, or because management was
Shit.
changing and the new people didn't want it anymore. But
yeah, yeah. Uh,
no one really knows why Making Fiends never actually aired on Nickelodeon, but it was supposed to originally.
yeah.
Oh,
And
don't
it is
forget.
on the Nicktoons. I mean, the official Nickelodeon animation website.
Yeah, and also it got an official DVD release, and it had the Nickelodeon Splat logo on the package.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of how Kappa Mikey's status as official Nicktoon is inconsistent since it
Not
primarily aired on Nicktoons Network.
It did have a brief run on Nick itself, but it was only
Yeah,
brief, and the show's creator bought the show's rights back.
right.
So we're not sure whether or not we should consider an official Nicktoon or not.
Yeah,
But anyways, so yeah, it bothers me. So like I said, for the video you made for Nick Animation's 25th anniversary, when
right.
somebody commented and said, "Why did you put Wayside on there?" and you said that it was because Nickelodeon considered it an official Nicktoon in
Yeah,
their not
yeah.
just cartoons
How about
Nicktoons book.
Mr. Meaty? Is Mr. Meaty a Nicktoon?
Well, it's a live action puppet show.
Technically it is, even though it's a puppet show, which technically kind of makes it a live action. It had its final episodes dumped onto Nicktoons, so I consider it a Nicktoon.
Or at
Max
least
and
an
Shem is a
honorary one.
sitcom that got moved over to Nicktoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but puppets can be considered a form of animation.
I don't consider puppets animation.
Yeah.
I mean, Sesame Street is not an anime. Well, I mean, Sesame Street has animated segments,
Right.
but Elmo and Big Bird are not like animated in the sense that I would consider it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, some people kind of consider it like some people categorize it as a cartoon, but it
Oh,
clearly isn't
speaking of
fully.
which, did you know that Sesame Workshop made a show for Cartoon Network called Big Bag?
Yes, yes, I do. And some of the
Yep.
segments the anime segments that aired on Big Bang, they aired a separately on TV, like Williams with Willingtons and Swim Pig. I especially remember watching Swim Pig on CBC during the morning.
Huh. Well, there was also a series that aired on Cartoon Network called Small World. That
Yeah,
was a
I've heard of
preschool
it.
series that aired segments from all over the world. That's how people were introduced to Pingu for the first time.
Interesting.
Like, yep, Pingu aired in the United States for the very first time as part of Small World on Cartoon Network, and then a couple of years later, it aired on, at the time, what was known as PBS Kids Sprout. But of course,
Okay.
now it's Universal Kids.
Yeah. And Angry Rooster is mentioning about Ruby Gloom. Which I've seen. It's decent, but never one of my favorites. And it's surprising that it hasn't aired on in America yet, not even on
Well,
Cubo.
it's Kabillion, but that doesn't really count.
What was that?
It's on Kabillion, that online streaming service in the United States, and it's also on demand, like video on demand. But I don't
Right.
really think that counts.
Okay.
Oh, do any of you guys remember the 2007 reboot of Georgia the Jungle? That was
Yes.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, I do. It
I
wasn't
watched the,
good. And
I watched the,
for some reason they brought it back around 2016. Like, the George of the Jungle reboot is one of the last Teletoon series you'd expect to just suddenly get a new season. And
Oh, George of the
this one,
Jungle. I was confusing. I was confusing George of the Jungle with the Curious George.
yeah,
well,
uh,
Curious George can be considered a Canadian co-production since it's co-produced with DHX now, or
yeah,
Brain, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
All right. Zara, try speaking to your microphone again. One more test, she says.
Oh, speaking of which,
Still
I
can't
mean,
hear.
George Goal is the show that you would least expect to be on there, but Johnny Test is coming back with new episodes, so I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah. Well, Giant
Uh,
Test was kind of Teletoon's SpongeBob in a way, in terms of how
uh,
overexposed it was. So, um, that's kind
And
of unsurprising for that.
it still airs reruns on Teletoon 8 times a day, even though it ended production in 2013.
Yeah.
And it also airs on Chorus Entertainment's other channels, specifically the Cartoon Network Canada and Family, which used to basically be a Canadian Disney channel, but now it's owned by DHX. So they got rid of all the Disney shows because Chorus bought the. Okay, it was originally DHX. It was DHX's. And then they got rid of all the Disney stuff because Chorus bought the exclusive broadcasting rights in Canada to Disney Channel's content.
hmm Oh,
Except for,
UV corrected me on the George of the Jungle reboot. It was actually revived in 2015. Thank you, UV.
I actually own the 2007 Georgia the Jungle series on this DVD here, the new Christmas classics.
Cool.
I watched a few episodes of it during its run here in America on Cartoon Network, and I didn't think it was bad. I didn't even know that it was a reboot of another show until I came across the original show a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I've heard of the movie before the
Stupid me.
even the revival.
Stupid me. I thought that it was a movie first. Remember the movie that Disney made out of the series?
Well, very vague memories of it. I remember it was on a VHS tape that was recorded alongside a few other movies, Jingle All the Way, Matilda, and Wire Wire.
From like Family,
Um,
the Canadian Family, the one that used to be the Canadian Disney Channel.
yeah, until there was an actual Disney Channel. Like, family has
Well,
really changed.
yeah. Now it's basically just another Teletoon.
Yeah,
Because it airs Johnny Test, Miraculous Ladybug, and a few other stuff that DHX has the broadcast rights to over in Canada. I'm actually find it a bit ironic that Miraculous Ladybug is on Family over there because it's a Disney Channel series. It wasn't produced by Disney themselves, but here in the United States, as well as in most European and Japanese, Asian, I should say, countries, it airs new episodes on Disney Channel.
right.
Miraculous Ladybug actually started in the United States. It actually really aired on Nickelodeon, but then after a year, it went over to Netflix, and I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure if they got a better deal, and Netflix was paying them more than Nickelodeon was.
Nick screwed it over. like they do with any animated show that's not SpongeBob or The Loud House.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that seems to be a pattern with them. Although I think they are kind of getting better at not doing that since Brian Robbins became president.
Yeah.
Not that much. Since Rise of the TMNT is airing new episodes on Nicktoons now.
That came in before Brian was president, so I'm not sure that's an exception.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang on. Zoro said something in the chat. She says, only things that I had to say was, I wonder why Alyssa Silverstone got replaced as Saren for Season 3 of Braceface, and I can't believe how Nevada made the Donkey Kong show. I love Nintendo, but I don't think that show is any good.
I think that show is hilariously bad.
Yeah.
Watching it and laughing at how stupid it is.
Yeah, the cheap, outdated CGI.
Eyes.
Yes, that's why most remember it
you want to know what Canadian show has really creepy CGI?
Weirdos?
Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Friends.
Oh my god, I love that one. What? What?
My childhood.
Oh. I don't know, I just got cut off.
Oh, did you know that The Backyardigans was a co-production between Nelvana and Nick?
Yes, I do.
Chat. I remember when Nelvana also made shows on my channel on Nick Jr., like Max and Ruby, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, and The Backyardigans. Oh, she just wrote it again.
Nelvana has an official YouTube channel for The Backyardigans featuring all the episodes of the show.
I guess they do, although I don't like to watch those official uploads because most of them have been hit by COPPA, and I don't want my YouTube recommendation getting filled with all those Finger Family videos.
Yeah.
I understand completely, but most YouTube channels like that have been coppified. You know, what's always interested me when it comes to shows like that is The Fairly Odd Parents. It was entirely produced in America, but somehow Nirvana got the distribution rights to the show, well, only the first 5 seasons in Canada. And they have an official YouTube channel featuring full episodes from the older seasons of that show, but most of them are blocked here in America because of Viacom. But you could easily bypass that using a VPN.
Well, thankfully, me and DJ live in Canada, so we can easily watch those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love The Fairly Odd Parents. Final 2 seasons notwithstanding.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Chloe. Oh, my gosh. Chloe's like the worst character ever.
Uh-huh.
The final third of Season 10 of The Fairly Odd Parents was done by the same animation studio that did Total Drama, GarageBand, and 16.
Elliot Animation. Yeah. And they did Bunsen as a Beast too. Right?
Yeah, they also did the animation for a Disney series called Yin Yang Yo that here in America it aired on Toon Disney as part of its Jetix block.
Yeah, I heard that one. It's from Bob Boyle, who also did Wow Wow Whoopsie.
Yeah, it has a similar art style. But Yin Yang Yo is a very funny show. I recommend watching it. It's from one of the people who worked on it, Steve Marmel, the main person, besides Butch Hartman, of course, who was in charge of Danny Phantom and the first 5 seasons of The Fairly Odd Parents, was one of the people in charge of that show. So it has a lot of Butch Hartman show style dialogue humor to it because a lot of people who worked on Butch's older shows worked on that.
Yeah.
I find the similarities between them all even more hilarious considering the fact that at one point it shared the same animation studio with The Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Billionfold?
No, Elliot Animation. Elliot Animation provided the animation for the final third of Season 10 of The Fairly Odd Parents, as well as Bunsen as a Beast, like Barry mentioned.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Jason, there's a question for you. Do you think Canadian animation is underrated? And I think what you talked about before kind of answers that already.
Yeah, I think that Canadian animation is not underrated, more so overhated.
Yeah.
And then here's a question from me, from Moonshine I Am Who I Am. Norbert, what would you like to see as improvement for future Canadian animation. I think that the CanCon laws should be slightly lessened. So that way they don't have to be flash animated and they don't have to be rushed out as quickly. I think that would give Canadian animation a better reputation. I think that'd be a really good change.
Yeah.
Just
to briefly interrupt.
They did slightly decrease the loss because it used to be 60%, but a couple of years ago they changed it to 55%.
Yeah.
I think it should be more like 30%.
Yeah. Hang on, guys. Just to briefly interrupt. Zara is saying that if you want to check out her stuff, just check out the links. So I'm not sure if she's gonna be here for the rest of the stream.
Okay, well, by the way, Zara, if you're listening to this, we're sorry about your technical difficulties. We're glad that you were able to talk, for some part about Braceface. Thank you for being here. We're sorry about the technical difficulties, but I know that Nick at 40 had technical difficulties too. So we're sorry about that, but we're glad you joined us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I think soon we have to wrap it up. Probably maybe half an hour more. If you guys are up for it.
I'm kind of getting tired of talking now because I've been talking so much, my throat's starting to get sore. So it might be best to wrap this up soon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Maybe.
So I was gonna.
9 more minutes. Maybe 9 more minutes. Said maybe we could do this next time. Have another Canadian animation discussion. Is that okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I was gonna tell you just one more thing before we're getting ready to wrap up.
Right.
So in that video, the Nick Animation 25 years video, someone said, "Oh, Teletoon was the one who made the show. Why are you doing a video on it?" And you said, "Oh, it wasn't produced by Teletoon. It aired on Teletoon.
Correct.
It was produced by Nirvana. I have a hard time pronouncing
Nelvana.
Yes.
So it bothers me when people say that. Like when people say, "Oh, Teletoon makes all these terrible shows to meet the CanCon requirements." But Teletoon themselves aren't responsible. They're just the ones who aired them.
Yeah. Okay. Just to wrap up, I want to briefly talk about my favorite examples of Canadian animation. Well, at least one that I would recommend to those who have this negative overall opinion towards it. The source from the National Film Board of Canada. Have you seen any of them, Jason? I know Norbert has.
No, but I did know that there was a series featuring them that aired in the early 2000s on Cartoon Network called Oh, Canada.
Yeah. Well, ones that I would recommend you check out there's The Big Snit and The Cat Came Back, and there's also what else? There's Neighbors, which may not look animated to you at first, but technically it is. They use a form of stop motion called pixelization, in which it's stop motion with live action photographs. Like that sort is pretty funny. It gets kind of dark as it goes on, but overall it's funny exaggerates on how neighbors are typically interact. Yeah, you could check out the National Film Board of Canada's YouTube channel or a website to see just to experience yourself how.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to check that out later. But anyways, for those of you who are interested in checking out GarageBand, it's not airing on TV, at least here in America anymore. It still airs in Canada on Cartoon Network's Canadian feed. But in the United States, well, you could buy those DVD releases, but they're not cheap to get. Like, they're not cheap to export. I got them for like $30 each, but I'm such a big fan of the show that I wanted to have it on DVD. And there's also YouTube uploads of every episode. So there's that.
Okay, that's great. Anything else you want to say, Norbert, before we wrap up?
Watch more Canadian animation. Check out Braceface.
Yeah.
Check out Zara's playlist. Hopefully DJ will put that in the description of this live stream, so people will
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, when I
Um,
ended, I'll be sure to add that playlist. I have the
and
link to
also
Zara's channel.
featuring Jason the Cartoon Fan and Zara Lobner and Simeon / Norbert too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
That's right.
Anyway, I'm on Twitter at snobert1. I also run Out of Context Angry Beavers at out of CTXTAB. I don't post on Instagram that often, but at snorbertd on Instagram. I've got a Discord server. The link to join is in my pinned tweet on Twitter. Also, check out my YouTube channel. It's just Norbert. So feel free to check out my channel. Check out my. I'm trying to upload more videos soon. Hopefully, I'll get some more done. So check that out. Yeah. Also, am I allowed to sing again, or did I already get my chance to sing already?
I think you did. Yeah, I think you got your chance already.
So,
okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait, before I go,
Right.
if you guys are interested, so my channel is mostly just looks at merchandise videos, but I also
thanks,
do other-
UV. Thanks for following my two accounts on Twitter, UV.
So, make sure to subscribe to it if you're into that kind of stuff. I take a look at DVD releases, Blu-rays. I have some toy-related videos that I've done, and also those recreation stuff that I talked about. And also, hopefully, I can join you guys on another live stream because I had a lot of fun doing this with you, Norbert, and Zara.
Zara.
I think
Yeah.
Zara.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that this first
So
experience for
hopefully I
you is
can
good.
join-
I'm happy that
hopefully
this
I
first
can
experience
join
for you
you
was
all
good.
Hopefully I can join you all on another live stream soon.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
I also have a couple of my friends who are interested in joining as well. So I'll let them know to see if you can make an agreement or whatever to see if they can join you all on another live stream.
Yeah. We'll see, maybe. But
Okay.
thank you for your time, Jason.
Wait, what?
Oh, I'll just thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome. I really hope that this video gives more attention to GarageBand because I really want people to watch it because I'm hoping that eventually there will be a new season. I mean, Johnny Test is coming back, and George of the Jungle came back. So I think that GarageBand still has a chance. The show's creators.
UV, I didn't know that you ran a No Contest Dave the Barbarian. Yeah, I remember you. I remember you replied to what?
What?
What'd you say?
Dave the Barbarian rocks.
Yeah, it does. Although I
It's
haven't
my
watched it regularly in a long time.
It's my choice. Well, that's because it only had 21 episodes.
Yeah.
It's my choice for the most underrated Disney cartoon of all time, with Teacher's Pet, Witch, Yin Yang Yo, and let's see here. What was the other one that I forgot? What was it? Ugh, completely forgot what it was. Ugh, dang it! Okay. So, Teacher's Pet, Witch, Yin Yang Yo, and oh yeah, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are, in my opinion, the runner-ups for the most underrated Disney cartoon.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I think Moochow wants you to sing just one song to close off the stream, Norbert, if that's okay.
Oh, can I? All right, what should I sing? Should I sing "Oh Canada" again, or should I sing AJR, or should I sing something else? Anybody have any requests in the chat? If you have any requests for a song, just let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna sing "I'm Not Famous" by AJR.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm gonna be updating the info to the live stream.
All right, so let's just see what the chat says. Let's see what song Moochow "I Am Who I Am" wants me to sing. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sing AJR.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Jason, UV asked, what about the Buzz on Maggie?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that show. I think it's just good. Not one of the greatest, but I still think it's entertaining for what it was. My friend Ryan, who lives over in Maryland, and he's a big diehard Walt Disney fanatic, like classic Disney. he does not like Brandy and Mr. Whiskers or the Buzz on Maggie or Fish Hooks, and I constantly have to butt heads with him in regards to that stuff because I love those shows.
Yeah.
And it's sick whenever he criticizes or mocks those shows because I love them. They're not the greatest things ever, but I still think that they're entertaining. And sometimes I feel like he's a good friend, but sometimes it feels like he just sounds like one of those crazy YouTube people who say, oh, Disney sucks nowadays and things like that. I mean, he does have a point. I mean, Disney owning 20th Century Fox will probably be the thing that makes me not like Disney that much.
All right,
But
and go ahead.
Oh, what?
oh well, yeah. It's just I don't need to defend those shows for him because Terrific Tack or whatever his name is did a pretty good job reviewing Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, and Alpha J did a really good job talking about how great Fish Hooks is.
Yeah.
Right.
Moonchild saying, any of your tunes, Norbert, or rather any of Brian Adams. That's a
I'm
singer, right?
sorry, Moonchild. I don't know many. I don't know much. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know many Brian Adams songs. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing AJR. I'm not famous.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
my haters, I don't got 'em. I'm not famous. No. Dum, da, 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 da. It don't matter what my name is. I don't got one. I'm not famous. No. Dum, da, 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 dum. You never heard of me, all the weird stuff I do and say. That's my favorite thing, that I'm not famous, no. And I'm never on TV, growing up on LA streets. Nobody judges me, 'cause I'm not famous, no. Paparazzi turning all time low. Paparazzi, they don't care where I go. When my haters, I don't got 'em. I'm not famous, no. It don't matter what my name is. I don't got one. I'm not famous, no. And I don't hate it, no. I don't hate it, no. I'm not famous, no. I'm also in the second verse. I'll end it there.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you for that song, Norbert.
Thank you.
Okay, so you could rest your throat now. We could close off now.
All right. Thanks, DJ. This is fun.
One more thing. I have a playlist for GarageBand featuring all the episodes. So
Right.
if you get the chance to check my channel out, make sure to check that playlist so you can watch all the episodes.
Okay, that's good. And thank you
Moonchild
again.
to send you another $3 super chat.
Thank you so much, Moonchild. Yes,
All
I'm
right.
I'm happy for all the. I'm happy that I'm getting super chats now. Yeah, thank you
All
so
right.
much.
So thanks for this, DJ. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad I could talk about these cartoons with you.
Yeah, hope we do it
Thanks so
again.
much. It's nice to be able to talk with you about cartoons that I'm passionate about that not that many people either like or know about.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
So sorry if I keep on interrupting and stuttering. It's just my autism. I'm not the biggest, like, it's hard for me to be patient when about time for me to talk about stuff because
I stutter too.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Well, me, Norbert, and Zara, and you, we're all autistic, and it's great that all four of us were able to still come together. I think that shows sort of a positive image, doesn't it?
You went to British Columbia, but you went to Ontario when you were 10. Yeah, that's right, Conch. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All of my other, like most of my YouTube friends, Fairy
You did
Princess,
great. Thanks, Moonchild.
like Fairy Princess Valentine, whose real name is Sierra Kopsky, and then Ryan, like I mentioned earlier, and my friend Brendan Miller, whose YouTube name is Brendan the Cartoon and Movie Fan. They have autism too, so I'm
Great.
hoping that maybe I could try to get a hold of them to see if maybe they want to join you on a future live stream.
Yeah, that
But
sounds. That sounds cool.
Yep.
I'll think about it.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
make sure to keep in touch with you, like whenever I'm interested in guest starring in another one of your live streams via Skype, because I still have your number on there. And I guess that's pretty much everything that we have to say. So, do you guys think we should end the video here or what?
Yeah. Let's end it here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Bye, everybody.
bye, and have a good
Until
4th of
Bye.
July. Have a good 4th
Until
of
next
July,
time.
Jason.
Till next time. See ya.
Yes.
Until
Bye.
next time, this is Jason the Cartoon Fan signing off.
Adios.
Adios, amigo.
Yes. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. I know there were some technical difficulties, especially on Zara's side, but we still managed to have a good conversation about cartoons originating or airing in the Great White North. Yes, happy Canada Day, Moonchild. Thank you guys for your time. Oh, and before I close off, I just want to mention that the characters that you see here are they're actually of a show called Maple Shorts, which was a series of flash animated shorts that were a showcase. These characters were the hosts. In case you didn't get that obscure reference there. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Canada Day and a great 4th of July long weekend as well. Yes, bye, Jason. Uh, Thank you for coming, and thank you to Norbert and Zara as well.